Greeting people, I'm Ray. Today I'm going to introduce you guys the melting North Pole. First of all, I'd like to introduce you guys the grasp of my project. The goal of the project is to find out a function which can be helped to predict the lifetime of Arctic ice by researching the data and statistics relating to the topic of Arctic ice volume. The role I'm playing in this project is to be a scientist. The audience of the project will be the teacher and other students who are also playing the role of scientists. Situation. The situation is that I noticed the volume of Arctic ice is drastically decreasing, and I like to find out when will the ice cape of Arctic will essentially disappear. The product of this project is to find out the function predicting when will the Arctic ice entirely disappear. The standard will be me demonstrating a strong relevance and reliability of the data in PowerPoint. Also, the goal achieving level 8, scientists need to explain solutions make sense in the context of the authentic real-life situation. Introduction. The research paper begins with researching statistics of Arctic volume of the past decades in order to create a table and trying to use different types of formula to get the ultimate function that we're looking for. Meanwhile, not only researching the volume record of the past decades, I also research other estimated results, calculation, and experiment conducted by other scientists demonstrating when will the Arctic ice disappear. For the procedure, here comes the first data. In a diagram shown, it demonstrated the statistics of Arctic's volume from 1979 to 2011. According to the diagram, I created a table. By using the table, I utilizes a quadratic function to find out the predicted data. The result I got from the quadratic function of combining the first table is showing that the Arctic ice will entirely disappear at the age of 2024. I also got this function for this calculation. After doing this calculation, I realized that since the world have recently and intensively advocating the importance of saving the planet, the results should be more precise if we only take the data from the past 10 years. And therefore I created the table number 2, shown in the right. Nonetheless, we used the linear function to create the prediction graph. The reason why we switched to the linear function is because if we keep using the same way, which is the quadratic function, the graph will present an increasing parabola, which leads to the fact that Arctic ice will never disappear, which we know is impossible. Decisively, I found out the result that Arctic ice will disappear at the age of 2045 by this second calculation, and this is the function that we find out eventually. So here, this is a verification. In order to verify the result that we have made is accurate, precise, and reliable, I researched and find some claims from other scientists and academically trustworthy websites. Most of the results shows that the Arctic ice will disappear at around 2040 and 2050.
Researchers predict that if we continue to emit greenhouse gases at their current rates, ice will disappear from the Arctic by 2050. For much of the year, ice will simply cease to exist at the North Pole.
However, the way to predict when the Arctic ice will eventually disappear counts on a lot of different variables and factors such as carbon dioxide emission, which have been proven as having a direct and proportional connection with the size of the Arctic ice cape. Besides, it is way more sophisticated to explain than just one single function to deal with. The Arctic volume is drastically disappearing, and as a scientist need to attempt to come up with a solution in order to help or mitigate this solution. Researchers have found the direct connection between the carbon dioxide and volume of North Pole. The relativity is that 1 ton of CO2 emission is decreasing 32 cubic feet of Arctic ice cape. Conclusively, the answer that linear function is demonstrating more likely to be the ultimate function that we'll all need for predicting the time when Arctic ice will disappear, and the final answer 2045 is the time the world will encounter the situation of free Arctic. Lots of issues might be brought out to the world, including flooded countries and cities, the global temperature decrease drastically, etc. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your passion. Bye bye.